know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay. The Scrum box, Alfie, is out next to the schedule board out there, and it's basically like, if I want to do something with Javert today, and he's not here yet, I'll write a little note in that box, so that he can come in and say, oh, Ryan wants to play coup with me and Abe today, and chicken coop with me and Abe today, and he can come find me and say, hey, when do you want to do that? Or, sorry, I'm too busy today, I can't do that. So, I think it's been an effective tool, and I'd like to put it into practicing. Do you want to do new stuff first or review first?
Review first. I declare failure on giving a 15-minute warning pre-cleanup, and I'm going to set an alarm on my phone for that.
I did it at least twice. I know, I did it a little early yesterday, but I've been doing it, I'd say, 3-ish days per week since that intention started, which is not enough because I agreed to do it every day, so I'm not willing to do that.
Agree to do pigtails every day.
So yeah, I declare failure on that too. Not ready to move that up yet. What I am ready to move up are two things. First one.
How many are there?
Huh? There are two. The first one is the unofficial Scrum. Actually, now that I say it, I don't know. Someone else can propose that. But I didn't find any food this week.
Yes, you did. You found one.
When?
It's facilitated that right there. Oh.
Yeah. When, Scotty?
When it was in the makerspace yesterday. It was like a little work.
It was you.
But you pretended you didn't see that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even though it counts.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember that.
It was you.
I totally know it was actually.
So if you guys are up for it, and if you can promise to clean up after yourselves, I say we open up eating at that table again during activities when you want to be doing stuff in here and eating your lunch. I know you guys are all cool with that. Abby, Abe, are you guys?
I'm
cool?
totally into that. I'm excited about it.
Not me.
I want to eat things on this table.
I know, it's very useful.
I'm into that. I'm hesitant. I'm just we've been doing a lot of like eating after cleanup in the back room, and so at the end of the day,
That is also true.
have been having to remind each other to like clean up those messes. And like if you eat and 20 minutes later someone has to remind you to clean up even though it's after cleanup time, like I'm a little worried that we'll remember to clean up after ourselves in here, but I'm really excited for you to prove me wrong.
Yeah, and like I just want to say this is going in implementation, and if it's not working this week, then we're gonna have to not do it anymore. But
Yeah. But I'm stoked to be able
we
to
can at least
here
try
because
it.
I can handle it.
Who has the?
Also cleanup alarms are set.
All right. So I'll take no eating, and I'll put that in done for now. I'll put eating in red room at back table. And I'm putting back table, not at tables, because you always remind me that that's a table.
And then you would be looked like fool right on some.
Yeah, have to be clear. Okay, sweet. Congratulations, we got it back in implementation. Good job, guys. All right.
I feel good.
Now Abby and I have
Why?
a couple things that we need to talk about. What? Oh, sorry, dude. My fault.
I
Go
know
ahead.
this isn't really relevant, but I would just like to say that sometime in the middle of the day I need the projector.
Today.
Schedule that.
Yeah, after we're done here, you should
Yeah,
go
I'll
schedule
just
it, dude. I think that's not at all a problem. But just put it on the board. Like anytime, that's actually a good, even though it is a little off topic, that's a good thing to like, pardon. It's a good thing to like be clear on that if you do need to use the projector, you should put that on the schedule so that way people know that it's in use during that time.
And I would also like, if everybody's just here, I don't know if it's anything. Huh?
What were you actually gonna say? Oh, just that? Okay. Alright, cool. Yeah, so Abby and I have a couple stuffs we want to talk to you about. Wish everyone was here to hear it, but
I can repeat.
Thank you, Thanos. And I
Also
think I was
recording.
recording, so we'll make sure that everyone sees this because it's pretty important.
Let's start with this one.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty simple. Aiden, I appreciate your engagement. Because this is something we've talked about before. And it's still a problem. And it's not like a Ryan and I only thing, it's also like a your parents thing and like the state thing. So it's like a pretty important deal, and not all of you are responsible for this yourselves. Communication. If you're coming in late, what should you do?
Text you.
What if you're leaving early? What should you do?
Tell you.
If you're not coming in at all, what should you do?
Tell you.
Thank you.
That's literally it, and like it's important, like Abby said, so that we just know where you are because we care about you and want to know where you are, and also because we're actually legally, this is like the boring stuff, but like important. We're legally responsible for you guys from the hours of 9:30 to 3:30 or 9:30 to 3:45 technically. Yeah. So if like you're not here.
You can do whatever you want it for.
Local
Well, it just means we're not responsible for you anymore. But yeah, in loco parentis, that means like in place of your parents. Like we are acting as your parents essentially. And so
I thought you were calling my
Mommy,
parents
Ryan.
loco.
if something happens to you, or like if you're not here and we don't know where you are, that's our fault. And we don't want it to be our fault because we trust you more than a lot of adults do. And so if we're gonna trust you, you have to let us know where you are when you're not here.
I was with Hobbs yesterday.
Yeah, and I like want to say that I want to say that like it's not a problem for most people here, and like Abby said, you're not even all like responsible for that. Like Alfie, your dad would let me know if you're not going to be here. I'm sure, you know. But
Like if I'm sick.
And like that doesn't mean let us know 3 hours later after Ryan or I text you. It means like as soon as you know, let us know.
yeah, like it's helpful to know by 9:30. Like if you know, if you're like sick and you slept in till 10:30, okay, but like tell us like as soon as you possibly can because you know usually it's like around 10:30 when we're like that person's still not here, like wonder what they're doing, you know, and like we'll text and like figure it out, but we shouldn't have to do that. You guys should let us know. So
We check like for like we're not hiding. Like we came in and we pretended that we're actually not here.
well, that's okay if you were here the whole time.
Yeah, usually we'll see you at morning meeting. We'll see you before then because we like look, but we'll definitely see you at morning meeting.
The first text I saw when I woke up was the text you said coming in.
Well, like you're pretty good. The tricky thing, it's happened a couple of times where like I'll know that this person is like probably doing this thing and probably gonna text me and say that in 20, 30 minutes. But there was one parent and the other texts and is like, is my child there? Or a tutor is like, is such and such coming in today? And I'm like,
I don't know.
this is awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like looks bad for us. 'Cause
Shouldn't
we don't
be
know
your
what's going on.
responsibility.
So,
Yeah.
but it is. So,
Yep.
thanks for communicating.
Do we like need anything implemented for that, Abby?
I mean,
We could maybe put something in awareness that like
call us. I mean, I'm gonna put a sticky note with our phone numbers on it in implementation or in awareness.
put an awareness.
I know
Yeah.
my mom's phone number.
Because I don't think we need to like implement any kind of policy. It's just like aware that you guys need to be aware that you need to communicate, and you know those are our numbers
I
to
have your
contact us.
phone number, Ryan.
Yeah.
Just put S-E-V-I.
And also your dad.
That's good.
Communication. You wanna do?
Ryan, do you know my mom's phone number?
Let's do. I do, Alfie. Let's do.
Because if you didn't, I
Let's
have
do leaving early. Okay, so again, not everyone's here that we wanted to hear this, but still gonna talk about it. Lately, there has been sort of a pattern of people leaving early, and usually with good reasons, or usually with like acceptable reasons anyway. And so first of all, as we just said, if you're leaving early, obviously tell us that when you come in that day so we know. The other thing is though, if you leave early and you don't submit an off-site learning form, you get marked absent for half a day. So like if you're, the way that works, like to be clear, I guess we should go over that, is that if you're not here for morning meeting, you get marked absent. If you're not here for afternoon meeting, you get marked absent. So you could actually be here for most of the day and still be considered not here. That's just how we take
You
attendance.
get half of absent.
Half?
Yeah.
Because if you're not here for morning meeting, but you're here for afternoon meeting, it's like you were here for half a day, even though technically you could have been here for 10 minutes in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's a little bit,
I remember when Aiden came in at 3.
yeah, like he got credit for half a day. I mean,
I seriously didn't even
yeah. Well, and so that's how our policy works. And so, you know, if you're not going to be here for the afternoon and you don't submit an off-site learning form, it's not a big deal as long as you tell us. And like, you can have some absences. It's not like you can never be absent.
Yeah.
But not only do you need to tell us what if you are leaving early, Thomas.
Well, wait, should we finish the absence thing?
Yes, sorry.
Since we're on a roll with that.
Oh, you mean with the rest of the policy?
Well, yeah, just
Yeah.
as far as like.
Okay. And so basically, for you to get credit for going to school for a year, there's only a certain number of absences you can have. And what our like school rules say basically is that you can't be absent more than 30% of the total days that we're open.
I thought it was 20.
No, it's 30.
I have advantage because I started late October.
I mean, technically, except that you've been here less days, so like if
Your
you're absent,
percentage
it counts
is
more
skewed.
against you.
So,
Yeah.
like,
It's
your
percentage.
fewer absences count for more and give you a higher percentage of absences
Oh,
because
no.
there are fewer days present to like balance that.
We'll leave it out,
But like the more you're here,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fine.
yeah, and so it's 30% or 30 total days.
It was 30 total days. is
Oh,
what
30
that
total days.
says.
I have 5.5.
Sorry, I misspoke.
So-
It's not 30%. If you're absent 30 total days, then you don't get credit for the year, which is like no, you're nowhere close, Scotty. If you want to know your numbers,
Scotty is 6.
we have wait, hold on.
Logan is 20.
If you want to know your total number of absences, see us after the meeting. No one's like in imminent
Right,
danger.
I'm sorry, I'll hear and that's fine. We'll have conversations.
No one's like close right now
Except for Logan.
to 30. But if you want to know, come ask us. And it is real. Like, it's a real thing. Like, if the state checks our numbers and is like, oh, this person was absent 41 days and your policy says 30 days, then you don't get credit for the year.
And like they can fine your parents. It's like a big legal thing.
Yeah, they technically could put your parents in jail if they wanted to. No, they're not going to do that. It's actually, like, that's not...
Like this
If my
isn't
mom
an
was
us
in
thing.
jail,
This
I'd
is a bigger
die.
world thing.
Yeah.
It's, like, important.
So, basically, be here as much as you can, and if you can't, let us know. Also, when leaving early, to review, before you leave, what should you do?
Clean up. And do and if it's on Friday, blog.
Yeah, and there's one other thing.
Tell you.
Yeah, okay, I guess there's two other things.
Update your Kanban.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
So, when leaving early, do your cleanup job, update your Kanban, if it's Friday, blog, and always tell us if you're going to be leaving early.
Don't name me in the book.
Yeah, that might actually be worth writing down.
It's yeah.
And I think there's already one on there, do cleanup job early when leaving early.
I'm gonna put a star to know it's a half day. So like
Stop, guys.
yeah,
Next one.
this isn't really a problem. Sweet.
And like,
How many absent days does Eric bear in?
I don't know. He has separate sentences. And also, this isn't really a problem for anyone here, but like, I'm gonna say it so that it's on the video and so that I just have said it because it's been something I've been needing to clear and that I feel like Abby's also been needing to clear. that if you are leaving early, like, you know, please give us a good reason. Don't just be like, oh, I'm leaving early because kind of trail off, or like not tell us why. Just be like, I'm leaving, and then leave. Like, you know, if you have a doctor's appointment, or if like your relatives are visiting from out of town, or you know you're feeling legitimately sick, like those are all good
Or if you're
reasons.
just
You know,
super tired.
I
You
mean,
can nap here.
yeah, you can nap here.
Like,
But
No,
then you
sincerely.
can't sleep until the next day. It's
facilitated so-
Thank you.
The thing is, Aiden, if you could please stop playing, because this is kind of a serious conversation. It's been an issue. We're small, right?
Yeah.
So if 3 people decide, like, I'm kind of bored at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave early, especially when they're the older kids, because you're the ones who can, like, take yourselves home. One, the younger kids lose a model of, like, how to find things to do when I'm bored. If they see you, like, oh, I'm bored, and then you nap, or pick up a book, or draw, or come propose a game, they learn from you, okay? Yeah. And the bigger kids learn from you. It's great.
Yeah.
But so when you leave, they lose role models, and you lose the chance to like practice being a teacher and practice those skills for yourself. And they'll be super important if you ever live by yourself, I promise.
Twinkles.
And the other thing is like we're small enough, we feel it. We feel it when people leave. Like the energy just like
Yeah, it sucks.
and so it's like really kind of selfish and like culturally detrimental to have a bunch of people just like leave at the end of the day because they feel like it. So if you have a reason, if you have a thing you're doing intentionally, deliberately, like please go.
Yeah.
Like take advantage of the city, like live your lives, great. But like if you're not, if you're just kind of doing it because it's easy and you can, like please think about it. Maybe come talk to me if you need to, like
Or
someone
Ryan.
to think through with it. Yeah, or Ryan.
Yeah, and like, don't take this place for granted, basically. I mean, you know, most of you guys are still pretty young and have a lot of time left here if you want it, but, you know, you three,
I have
you don't
8 years.
you know, so many years left, and like, this is like it's just like an awesome opportunity to be here, and like, if you really want to be at this school, like, be at the school, you know? And, I'll also echo what Abby says, like, we want you to be doing stuff, like, out in the city if that's what you want to do, like, that's totally one of the benefits of the school, but, you know, if you're just, like, if you're just being lazy about it, then, like, I don't know, it's upsetting to me, it's personally upsetting to me, so, if you care about me and don't want to upset me.
No one wants to upset Ryan.
Thanks, Douglas.
When can we go to Central Park?
Can I say something on that as well?
Yes, please.
Like the other day, like Thanos, you went off to the games workshop, right? And you didn't. Did you come back at the end of the day?
No.
But, and that's how I remembered it. So I just wanted to clarify that. But like that was a much better experience because it's like, oh, where's Thanos? Oh, mentally I'm thinking of you actively doing something really awesome, and so you're still in the space in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you don't say what you're doing, it's like, you know, you're shying away. It's like, oh, my friends don't want to play with me, or, you know. And
Games
so
Workshop is really overpriced. It was $22 for one character.
that's how it is, man. Just be warned. That's why we're gonna get the printer fixed.
I'm really glad you brought that up, dude. That's actually like a really important point. And like, Thanos, not to like, sorry to focus on you, but it's a good example. The fact that you went home afterwards, that's okay. I just like, again, like that's the same thing as leaving early, you know? Like, now I'm not saying that if you left at 10 in the morning, you should do your job before you leave in that case. Like, you can pick up the slack for that. But, you know, you're like, you have access to your Trello. You could update that, you know? And like, if it were a Friday, like, you could blog from home, you know? But like, if you do all those things and you tell us, that's really cool. Like, you know?
You're good about blogging.
Yeah, and like, and I'm not using this example because you're not doing it. It's just because it's a good example.
Yeah.
And like, Abe, thank you for saying that, dude. That's actually a really good point.
Yeah, because, and like all of us think, oh, he's off doing something. Oh, I could be doing something like that too. Like, so it was a great model to. I don't have to be here if I'm bored, as long as I've got an idea of what I'm going to do.
Go ahead.
Can you get expelled from the school?
Yeah, you can.
Pull
What
Ryan's
kid
beard
did?
off.
What kid did get expelled?
Yeah, that's true. There was one kid last year who.
Was he
I mean,
evil?
he wasn't even.
For Thomas's phone.
Yeah, he wasn't expelled because he wasn't like. Well, actually, no, I guess he was enrolled. Because he came for a trial week and then was here again. It might have been a second trial week though. I can't remember.
No, he
Wasn't
was
a good cultural
enrolled, and then we kicked him out.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. You know, we didn't kick him out because like we didn't like him or.
I thought that was the reason.
Well, maybe that's what your reason was, but.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
he's,
was
some
definitely
people like
He wasn't keeping like agreements.
pretty hardcore
like,
not
to
keeping
respect
agreements.
other people.
Like what?
So we can talk about it more after meeting.
Yeah, that's true. Let's not waste change up time with that. But I will tell you more about it if you're
How did
interested.
you let him know?
Yeah,
Well,
we're gonna talk
because-
about it more after meeting. Because
Exactly.
respect that reset that boundary.
Okay, so leaving early, done. Last thing. Go ahead, Abby.
Off-site learning. Oh, I didn't put my computer on the projector. Can you pull up
Here.
the website?
Yes.
So sometimes you will not show up at all, or come late or leave early and not get the full or half day absence check mark, because you have submitted an off-site learning form or your parents have done it for you. And there's a link on the website where you just like click it and you fill out this form and you hit submit and it sends us a note. Ryan's gonna show you all where it is on the website so you can do it yourselves and you don't have to depend on your grown-ups to do it.
Ah! I don't like this.
Abby,
It's
what's
dark.
good offsite learning if you go to a doctor?
All the
No.
weeping angels will be able to move
That's
because
an
you can't see
excuse
them.
absence.
Oh, does it have something?
Yeah, like if you go to the doctor and you don't have to fill out an offsite learning.
I mean, I learned at the doctor's because I ask lots of questions about what they're doing and what the rules are, but
Yeah, but you don't have
Not
to fill out
everyone
the. You don't have to fill out the form for that, Douglas. That's a good question, actually.
It smells like feet. It smells like feet.
wandering young folks, I know we're near the end and it's hard to focus and Ryan's setting up the projector, but if you could please like keep it together for a couple more minutes.
And yeah, if anyone's in the way of the projector, please don't be.
Ryan's gonna show us where this is. Please fill this out so we can give you credit for doing awesome things instead of marking you absent.
Yeah, like, you know, let's just say instead of coming into school the other day, Thanos wanted to go right to Games Workshop, or like he and Javert wanted to go like work on his computer at his house. Then all he has to do, I'll show you right now. Alright, so you see this tab right here that says Community? If I mouse over that, right here it says Offsite Learning, you just click on that.
Note that he's logged in, so you
Yeah.
have to log in to be able to do this.
That's true. And all of you have logins, obviously, because you all have blogs and accounts. So you can see it's super. I am.
What's
Super
your dad's name, Ryan?
Timothy.
Like,
It's super simple. You put in parent name, student name. Now, if it's only one day, obviously this will be the same for start and end date. But if you're going to be like out for a week, you put the start and end dates there, and then just like a quick summary. Like if Thanos is going to California to visit his dad, you can be like, I'm going to California to visit my dad, and we might go to this place, and I'll probably eat fish tacos.
Ew.
Definitely will eat fish tacos.
Definitely will eat
Tacos
fish
are amazing.
tacos. They are. And so, as you can see, this should take you like less than 10 minutes, probably like 5 minutes to fill out, and
I'm vegetarian.
then you don't get an absence, and everybody's happy. The state's happy, we're happy.
I like fish tacos.
Me too.
This is all, of
Yes.
course, us assuming that your parents like know and are cool with you not being here on whatever days these are.
Yes.
Like theoretically, shouldn't have to say that, but
Right. And like, to be clear, offsite learning doesn't mean like, I just felt like staying home today, and so I'm going to fill out an offsite learning form. It means that you're doing something intentionally, like taking a trip to a museum or like going upstate for something. And
If you feel sick, should you fill out an offsite learning?
no,
No, it's different.
yeah, being sick is not offsite learning. So guys, that's really distracting.
I know you're capable of playing and listening at the same time, but
Unless you're reading a
it
book.
worries me that you're not fully hearing Ryan and playing while he's trying to talk.
So offsite learning should be for stuff that you can't do here, or that like you need to do somewhere else, and it's intentional, not just like I feel like being absent today, so I'm gonna fill out an offsite learning form. And we're gonna trust you to like be honest about that. We're not gonna like question, be like, did you really do this? Like we're just gonna accept it if you send it in, but you know, please don't take advantage of it.
Do send them in by 9:30, so morning meeting time on the day you will not be here.
Yeah, actually, can we put that in awareness, Abby?
Yeah, totally.
So that's actually important because Abby and I talked to Thomas about this, and again, this is like a legal state issue thing. If you're gonna do the offsite learning form, we need to know by the day that you're gonna do it. So like let's say Lila is gonna be absent all next week and she's doing something really cool and is gonna submit an offsite learning plan. We would need that by Monday morning for us to count it. Okay? And that is also, again, so that people aren't taking advantage of it and like, you know, absent for 3 days and then submit an offsite learning form a week later.
Yeah.
You know, because that feels like it's taking advantage. Because if you're studying off-site, it's intentional, so you should know ahead of time what you're going to do and be able to tell us about it.
So yeah, if you had the plan for next week, but then you forgot to submit it until say Monday afternoon, Monday would count as an absence.
The art of eating fish tacos.
So does anybody have any questions about this? Yeah.
Let's say you knew I was going to California on February 9th, but I still have to fill this out.
You would, because it's not just about me knowing in this case, it's about us being able to document it. You know, because we have this really creative attendance policy where we can count you as being here even if you're not here, we have to like explain that, and this is our way of explaining it.
Well, you can do that by keeping our spirits here at all times.
Oh, we
This
do
is
that,
also
there are candles.
much juicier. Honest, this is much juicier documentation than you like telling us you're not going to be here, because if you get a chance in the box in the bottom's like list like I'm gonna go look at bromeliad plants and I'm going to skateboard and I'm going like stuff you're gonna do. So it's much more interesting.
Yeah, it's like think about it like this too, from that standpoint. Thanks, Drew.
And
Why are
sit
you
uncomfortably
writing
for
that
6
in?
hours.
Like you know, if a couple years from now, Thomas, you're applying to college, you could pull out like 15 of these and be like, look at all this awesome stuff that I've done. Like I've been to California, like, you know, 23 times in the years I was there, and I did all this cool stuff, and like that's something they'll like to see. You know, that's not something that everybody does or that everyone has documentation for. Good question, then. Anything else? Any other questions? Clear?
I just want to point out that that's also just like the example that we're using before of Thanos going to Games Workshop. If you get, with this offsite learning plan, when somebody asks, oh, where's Javert this week, we can say, oh, he's building his own robots or something. Right? And everyone can be like, whoa, he's building his own robots, I can't wait till he gets back. Right.
I'm building my own robot right now.
And it's accepted by a robot.
Does
And Javert
oh sorry.
Turn the lights back on.
No.
I was just gonna say, does anyone else have topics for change up?
No.
My eyes are blind.
My eyes are not.
I'm allergic to light.
Cool.
I'm
So
allergic to sunlight.
if you
Meeting adjourned.
if you forget about offsite learning policy or absence policy or the three things we talked to today, where should you go to look?
This, which I don't know how to get to.
Aiden, I feel like I've spent a lot of this meeting trying to redirect you and like ask you to please not distract other people from the conversations
Yeah, I
we're
feel
trying
like-
to
I
have.
feel like
and
that's
it's
definitely-
really frustrating me that you keep saying okay and then continuing to disrupt the meeting. It feels really disrespectful of like the few structures we have to like make the school run smoothly and let you guys have a say in how things run. And like, yeah, just like, it doesn't feel good. And I don't like being naggy.
I want to do awesome stuff today.
I
Thank you.
play Minecraft today.
So I'll just answer my own question because I don't want to be rhetorical. Abby put stickies in awareness for the stuff we just talked about. So if you're like, wait a minute, I don't remember, look there. and has remind everything you need to do before you leave early, and when don't forget. And the offset learning policy. Okay.
I'm seeing Secret to Pigtails.
Meeting
I
adjourned.
did it with Ryan's Pigtails. That was awesome.